I'm going to explain now about replacing the cutters in the machine. So we'll go through it step by step. You remove these two screws on the plastic cutter, and then you take a 5mm Allen key, and there's two screws down here in the chassis of the machine, this plate here. There's two screws, one there and one there, and you undo those two screws right out, and that releases all of the gearbox from the cutting part of the machine, the screws. Now that exposes the mechanism, so you turn this upside down, unscrew this pin on the shaft anti-clockwise, and that releases the drive pin from the cutter unit inside. Now all you have to do is to unscrew these 4 screws here, this is the backing plate that holds the cutters in place, and you just take these screws out. Try and work on a bench or table if you can, so that if you drop anything it doesn't get damaged on it, mainly the cutters. If you drop them on the floor it damages them. So you remove the back plate, and then there is the cutters in there, so you pull the cutters out. That's the inside cutter. Now notice it's got a keyway in it, and this is I just push my thumbs inside there because it's a fairly neat fit. This is the external cutter, the one that does the cutting. So when you've got that out, that's your old set. Now this pin on here we have to remove if you're putting a new set of cutters in. Remove the split pin, pull this little pin out of here, and get this part and screw this part straight back into the external cutter. There's a hole in there. Put it there, keep the keyway and put that out of the way so you don't get mixed up with the parts when you're putting the new cutters together. The new cutters will have a new pin like this supplied with it. So, and the procedure is, that's all you have to do is to clean that out, oil it, put your keyway back in the cutters. This comes apart here, take it apart, clean it, oil it. If it's new cutters, just light oil on them, and you slide this in, and there's a keyway in the body there, and the key fits in there, and just slide the whole lot together like that. Now there's 2 little screws on the back here. I just use pliers to do these. These are your cutter adjustment screws, these 2 screws here. So back them off until they're nearly flush with the plate, like so, and then replace the plate on the back and put all your screws back in. I'll just put a couple in at this stage just to show you how it goes together, because we've got to get the rest of it together, yeah? Those 2 screws will hold it meantime. Now the procedure is reverse of what we did. So we put the pin on here first because it's easier to get. This drive pin goes from the chassis side through, like so. So you put that back in there. First of all, you've got to screw this into that hole that's in the slot. You can see the hole down in the slot there. This unit goes in here, screw that in. And that is preset then. You just make that horizontal with the body like that, and then put it straight into this here and push the pin up through. Like so. Now the split pin that come out of there, just put the split pin back in. and swage the end so it doesn't come undone. Now all you have to do is to put the body and look down the hole and you can see the two holes, and there's two special screws with a smaller head on that go into those two holes. Right? One's already in there. So then you screw that up again. And take them in. And when you get to the bottom, just make them firm, don't over tighten them because it's only aluminium. Just make them firm and check your mechanism should go around like so. Now replace your guard. You can put some oil on there as well. Replace your guard. Okay, now what you have to do now is to adjust the cutters. So these two screws are just little finger screws, so you take undid and nut and just screw these little screws in so that they're finger tight like that. Both of them. And when you get in and you can feel it and it's tight, it means that it's seating on the back of the thing, so just get your pliers and just nip those two screws to stop them from coming undone. Now all you have to do is the procedure of what we did before. Assemble the unit again onto there, do up the chuck, and that's ready to go and do tails.